Bye bye! I'm about to do this dude again. I'm glad that I cut that off before you could say phrasing. Ha ha! I need to get a drink, because this man, doing this man's voice actually, like, parches me, unfortunately.
I mean, your words are still there. Someone in the comments is gonna say it. If- Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Coco and Moon are here, and we are continuing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
And it's the drunkest Muppet I've ever seen.
I mean, you saw me drunk, so.
Like I said, the drunkest Muppet I've ever seen. Not the drunkest cute girl I've ever seen. Jeez. Shadow at the crime scene. The shadow of death. We all know what happened to that alchemist, so the case is no mystery. Fuck you mean?
Same place, same magic trick. This time, her luck ran out and she dropped that magic scepter.
Sir, I hate you very much. The truth obscured by a twisted ruse, the witch couldn't vanish, but did confuse. It happened because the professor unraveled the mystery behind all of these witches. Same magic trick was used.
They are referring to an incident from 3 months ago. Much like this incident, a man lost his life to witchcraft in that very room.
It was the master of that residence, Sir Newton Belduke, the alchemist. Suffered death by strangulation. Finger marks were left on his neck. Are you kidding me? Like, are you fucking for realsies? The fuck? My disgust. It punched a hole through the wall and strangled him. Jesus fucking Christ. Literally. Oh, I read Barnum's words, I think.
He had locked himself in his study, and the key was still in his pocket.
In other words, no one could have entered that room. The perpetrator disappeared from a locked room, just like in this case.
A large amount of powdered medicine was spilt all over the floor.
Powdered medicine. The Belduke was an alchemist. He possessed various medicinal concoctions.
To the presence of that powder, had anyone entered that room, clear footprints would have remained. Yet there were none.
That's the kind of mystery that the professor would have loved to solve. Thus, there were two unnatural circumstances to Sir Belduke's death. The culprit's disappearance from a locked room, and the fact that they appeared not to have walked on the floor. It's almost as if they flew away.
In other words, it couldn't have been the Demir magic that was used in my case the other day.
Seems
Say,
like the
that
killer.
purple gem.
Oh? Seems like the killer levitated above the floor, strangled Belduke, and vanished into thin air. What does that have to do with this trial?
It has been 3 months since that murder. Despite that, we still haven't been able to find the witch responsible. But now, having eluded us for so long, that witch has finally been brought before this court. We will have justice.
What? No way. Now he thinks Maya killed the alchemist, too. You weren't even here back then, but it's not like I can explain that to him. Except for, you were canonized into this book as having lived here for 5 years. So that's the problem with that.
Well then, why don't you interrogate the witnesses? Now that you are aware of the connection between the two murders.
Objection!
You can't be serious. 3 months ago, we weren't even... Thunder, you may interrogate the witnesses. May their testimonies lead us to the truth. Not even close, baby. Cross-examination time. Oh, we all know what happened to that alchemist, so this case is no mystery.
Same place?
Oh, wait, no,
another
we
one?
read this already. Duh.
Yeah.
Oh, after all that jargon, my brain just had been jiggled a little too much.
Hold it!
You're talking about Mr. Belduke's murder, which took place in a locked room? Yeah, a real shocker, alright. Everyone was talking about it. People don't say this out loud. But, you know, you're thinking it too, I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about. Ain't it clear as day? He was an alchemist. An alchemist! Alchemy's just like magic, ain't it? The Belduke was a man. Only a woman can be a witch. Wait, do you think he took that poison directly out of... since he managed to scoop up the arm, do you think he took that poison just straight up fucking out of the alchemist's house?
Well, considering he was willing to nab someone's arm, I think poisoning is actually a step down.
Yeah. What's more, witchcraft has nothing to do with alchemy. They're different. Somehow.
Alchemy is the mysterious art of manipulating the forces of nature. Or, so it is said.
Well, that sounds like magic to me. Alchemy is incomprehensible to regular people. It's all magic, really. And you know, a couple of days before the witch got him, there was that lightning that struck. Lightning? Glad you're asking, because I like telling that one. I hate this dude. All of a sudden, like a bolt from the blue sky, there was this bolt from the sky. Only it wasn't blue.
Got a ring for you with that arm.
Say that again?
He got a ring for you with that arm he sold.
Jesus Christ. The sky lit up and turned blood red. And then, out of nowhere, an old-looking bell tower appeared and burst in a burst of flames. It makes you realize Mother Nature's pretty powerful stuff, Building fucking whatnot and who what.
You have strayed off the topic at hand, witness. This is a courthouse, not an inn. Save your thrilling stories for later. Same place, same magic trick. This time her luck ran out and she dropped that magic scepter.
Hold it!
Would you care to elaborate on that, Miss Brimstone?
No.
See, that's what I fucking expect these people to be like. Because everyone's so combative and belligerent. Would you like to elaborate on that? No. Go away. I'm not here to talk to you.
You could say I am a scholar, and my knowledge is vast and diverse. I know a thing or two about witchcraft.
Gosh, that's not suspect at all.
Therefore, I have a very good idea of the type of magic that must have been used at this time.
Magic behind this mysterious figure that appeared out of nowhere, glided through the air, and vanished after making the kill?
Indeed, yes. And that witch's scepter confirms my theory. A brilliant deduction. I am honored to have studied under an excellent teacher such as yourself, Miss Primstone.
Oh, sure, why not? The storybook. I was just gonna say, she doesn't really look old enough to be his teacher, but you know. He was his teacher? Actually, I guess that kind of explains a lot. It's like, you know. They don't really do wrinkles on anime characters that much, though, so.
Yeah, they just slap white hair on it.
Yeah.
And even then, that doesn't necessarily mean old.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm confused. I'm like, is it a wig? Is it your hair color? Are you old?
Our coach crime analysts have arrived at the same conclusion. Mr. Wright! I found it! The page about the purple magic gem. The spell's called Familia.
Amalia? What does it do?
The spell Familia, found within this purple gem, is used to summon a familiar.
Familiars appear out of nowhere, glide through the air, and vanish when their task is accomplished. Spooky ghost!
Smooch that familiar.
I will pet his head gently. He looks like he deserves a treat. They are evil, bloodthirsty spirits used by witches to perform outrageous crimes.
Alright. Don't
Now
be
that's just
judgmental,
rude.
Judge.
Yeah, like, sometimes they just get groceries. Like, don't be rude. Evil spirits? Are you saying that the witch used a familiar to... Every time I think he's gonna throw a javelin right at Phoenix, but he doesn't.
Yep. Oh, I would love it if someone just animated that, just slicing through Wright's head.
Just fucking impaled immediately.
Yes, like, have you ever seen The Descent?
No, but
Well, for those of you who have, just imagine how the husband died in the very beginning.
just a nice thing right in the brain. I can imagine what it would consist of. Like I can like, because I've watched so much fucking YouTube memery, I can see exactly how somebody would animate it, like between like using clips out of this game or the sprites or whatever, and just shunk.
Mm-hmm.
Edworth is a widow.
Layton will comfort him. Well, what's left of him anyway.
I just imagined Edworth, like polishing like the
That's who Emir sold the arm to.
Yes. That's who Emir
just
ends up
had,
selling
like,
the whole man to. Edworth is just like, my prized possession. The giantest Lego man I could find.
The only smart person in this apparently shared universe.
Yeah, that's true. How unfortunate. Now he's alone in his smartness.
It was a familiar that took Sir Belduke's life, and now it has happened again. Sir Silk Hat was probably trying to ward off the evil spirit with his knife.
Luke is about to fucking jump on your face like a fucking face hugger and kill your ass if you keep saying he's got a fucking knife.
But what good is a knife against an occult creature? It completed the task given to it by the witch and promptly vanished.
Well, if that's true that that's a thing, that explains why there's there were a bunch of those at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly just thought the witch was shape-shifting.
Thus, bringing us to the conclusion that Sir Belduke and Sir Silk Hat were both killed by the same witch.
Ah! Ooh, that bird's really pretty blue from the back. What an unexpected turn of events! Two incidents have been shown to be connected. Who would have thought?
Connected nothing.
Ooh.
I mean, we know it's gonna be connected because narrative,
Yes,
but what a leap in logic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, this is I know Phoenix Wright stuff is normally kangaroo-ass court, but this feels extra kangaroo-ass court because the logic is so hard won. Like, it's like, use your brain cells. Why would he be... Why? Why would any of this be happening? Due to the same witch's scepter having been used in both cases. Now, you don't know that. Bitch, you don't know anything. I'm gonna hit you. And the Talela Magica has been updated to include the Famalia gem. And the Famalia spell has been added to the Grand Grimoire. Excuse me. Summons forth a magical familiar from the shadows. Although it possesses a physical form, it is completely weightless.
Oh, this is terrible. Now Maya is accused of 2 murders.
Don't worry, Espella, they can't kill her twice.
Oh, dearie me, I was right. As oh. Gruesome murder will be the next exam. Make sure to take notes. Now, I shall divulge what really happened.
I need to just print screen this real quick and send it to Buttons. Right.
We are all ears, Miss Primstone.
Teacher's pet.
That
Okay.
hat maker was pointing the knife at the witch's familiar.
So she's adjusted her testimony. Should I press this, or should I move on to Birdley?
Go ahead and press it.
Okay.
Hold it!
Did you actually see the familiar?
Oh, dearie me. No, I did not. When that boy opened the door, the familiar had just disappeared. Had the boy opened the door sooner, no doubt we would have all seen him. If he were my student, I would have made sure to teach him not to dilly-dally.
Meanwhile, he's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna murder you. Oh. Can you please go back to the main... Please. Fighting with it. Ugh. She's talking about Luke, huh? And when you entered the room, you saw the victim pointing at something?
Pointing a knife, no less. A knife! As I told you before, it was a sharp, glittering knife. The poor man thought a knife would work on a familiar. Had he attended my classes, he would have known better.
In any case, there's no proof that the victim actually had a knife. Certain now that the professor and Maya weren't facing each other.
Next witness, you may, sing us your testimony.
He'll regret that. I'm in agony every time this man speaks. The truth obscured by a twisted ruse, the witch couldn't vanish, but did confuse.
Hold it!
It's a beautiful song. No, it's not. But would you mind testifying in a bit more of a comprehensible fucking fashion, please? As you wish, Sir Musically Impaired Defender. A certain man was killed some 3 months ago. You mean Sir Newton Belduke, the alchemist, right? It was a locked room murder accomplished through the use of a certain mysterious spell. And that same magic has been used in this case, too. The witch that committed the crime disappeared without a trace. He hasn't been found to this day, huh? Aha! That's pretty much what I expressed in my song. I knew all of that already. Even a peerless bard such as myself may not always be completely up to date with all of the latest information. That's so, Cracker. You understand, don't you, my peerless feathery partner?
Odette! 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 What an adorable bird. He's imitating you this time, Mr. Wright.
I'm being parroted by a parrot. This isn't the first time either. Or will it probably be the last?
We capture all witches without exception. This one may have been at large longer than the others, but she will not escape us.
I just remembered that clip of John Cena that people use in green screen. That he just pops out the wall and goes, "Are you sure about that?" Next witness, continue testifying. It happened because the professor unraveled the mystery behind all the witches.
Hold it!
And that mystery is? The witch's identity, of course. Can't believe I'm getting stared down by a little kid. Don't get me wrong. I want to believe you are Maya. But I saw the witch's scepter on the floor. No one could have dropped it. When I saw the professor, everything went black in front of my eyes. But I did hear the scepter fall to the floor. There was a witch in that room, and it had to be Maya. Stop hurting Maya's feelings! If only the professor were here to tell me what to believe in.
What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think that child needs a hug. We need to dig down to the truth as soon as possible. For Maya and for Luke, too.
I hope we can do it.
It'd be easier if there were some clear contradictions in their testimonies. But I haven't noticed anything.
Perhaps this time. We should take a step back and observe each witness while they're not the one speaking.
4 of them are listening to each other's testimony. I gotta say, this mechanic's really clever.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a very interesting sort of... I don't know, like, even in programming, that's just pretty interesting.
Mhm.
That may give me
They
the
bring
opportunity...
it back for the Great Ace Attorney, which, like, made me just lose my mind.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what, now that you mention it, I think I saw a screenshot that, like, implied that, but I wasn't sure, so I was like, ooh. It may give me an opportunity to question them on one another's testimonies to find gaps in their story. You're full of good ideas, Espella. I'm giving you head pats. How about we give that a shot?
Sure.
Alright, so it was Luke who reacted poorly to
Teacher
Yes.
lady.
that she insists on the fucking knife.
Hold it!
No way.
Oh, wait, hold on. This is where he actually yelled.
They're just gonna fight.
I want him to kick her ass. Is everything all right, Luke? You seem to be deep in thought about something. No, it's not right at all. There's something in Miss Primstone's testimony that you'd like to comment on? That's what I keep telling you. The professor wouldn't point a knife at anyone.
Dear me, what an impertinent child. I'm telling you, I saw a knife. I distinctly saw the glint of a sharp blade.
Objection!
At any rate, as we can see now, the victim's arm is missing. As such, there's no proof that he had a knife.
Objection!
That is but a mere detail. It matters not.
A mere detail matters not!
That was very nice.
Oh my, anyhow, I wonder where could that missing arm be? Yeah! That ought to be looked into! That's right. The arm. Wasn't it found at the crime scene? I swear I never saw it there! Oh, golden arm, where can you be? Reveal yourself. Listen to my plea.
Oh, dearie, dearie me, I'm afraid even I did not notice it.
It is indeed astonishing that the arm could have disappeared from the crime scene.
The professor will need his arm when he returns to normal. It's an all-out robbery. Go and investigate it.
The boy's request is not unreasonable. I will order our occult crime analyst to search for it.
The arm just up and vanished from the crime scene. This might be the clue I need to give me an upper hand over Barnum.
Mir's just sweating fucking buckets.
He's not even fucking paying attention. He's just up his own ass so deep he is absolutely unaware of the goings-on. Court considers the whereabouts of the arm irrelevant to this trial. Mr. Wright, make sure you limit your interrogation to relevant matters. Yes, Your Honor. Now, continue with the interrogation. Okay. Well, we interrogated...
Another. I thought
There was another
one.
bubble pop, but I don't remember. It wasn't with him.
Well, we can just go through it quickly.
Yeah, okay.
Hold it!
Okay, so I think maybe Amir's thing might pop one. Since he was like a long his testimony was longest, wasn't it? I didn't check his anyway, because I beelined right to her, so.
Hold it!
That's right. He just went on about how alchemy and magic basically might as well be the same thing. Stuff about the tower. So he's actually talking about stuff that pop anyone. It was just him. Yeah, that's right. So it has to be with Luke?
Hold it!
Okay.
Just skip through all this. It's the same stuff.
Okay. I didn't recognize it because I just read through a bunch of repeated dialogue. So I guess maybe we have to present something against Miss Primstone. Or... What the hell do we do? You go
Let's
look at...
press her again, because sometimes
It
when you
changes
since we did get
after?
a lot of new information that time.
Okay.
It might.
Hold it!
Did you actually see the familiar? No. Talks about how he took too long. Door.
No way!
Wait, maybe there's another point where he makes a noise. Talking about Luke.
Yeah.
Huh? And
That's
when
what
you
I'm
entered the
wondering.
room, you saw the victim pointing at something.
Was there any noise made when So try that again and let's hop to Luke and see if there's any noise made when he interrupts.
Okay.
Because we know what we want to get to is the whole topic about the hand.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because maybe Amir was actually paying attention.
Yeah.
Hang on! Objection! Objection!
I hear a noise.
I didn't hear.
I thought I heard
I
a
just-
noise. There was like a...
I think it was just like the noise of when characters are exclaiming.
Okay. Ah, there it
we
is.
go.
Ah!
Hang on!
Mister, do you have something you'd like to share with us? Finally. Mr. Amir. It's Mr. Amir Punchenbog the First to you, Bluey. And the likes of you ought to show some respect for a future man of wealth such as I. You seem to be looking ahead to a future full of newly gained riches. I can look wherever bleeding please. Anyway, why are you looking at me like that? I don't know about that golden bloke's right arm. The fucking music playing right now.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. Did you hear?
What's up, Espella? What's up?
Oh dear. I may be wrong, but there's something about that man.
Yeah, there's a lot about that man. What about it?
He's kind of looking at you with the doki doki eyes, if you get what I'm saying.
That's disturbing as hell. Why would you tell me that?
It's a warning. I'm warning you.
Thank you. I will run the other way as soon as I can, but... It's not just you. Everything about him is shady, and it makes me want to double-check my pockets.
And my arms.
Yeah, and my arms. Mr. Amir, stop pretending you don't know anything about the victim's missing arm. Pretending? I told ya, I know nothing, not a zero, nil. I ain't seen it, or heard about it, or put it in me pocket. What? Put it in your
But I
pocket?
did put it up my ass.
Put it in your pocket? Your prison wallet? Excuse me? It wasn't me, honest. Seriously, I've got nothing to do with it.
Objection!
Oh, you mean the person who he pawned it to is here?
Mia! You lying, cheating, good for nothing! You tried to deceive me!
Oh, yeah, he pawned it, alright. Order! Order! Who is that person?
I think he was me, but I can't remember the voice.
I'm pretty sure it was you, yeah.
You want to know who I am? I'm Price the pawnbroker. And this man is a shameless cheating bum. He had the nerve to lie to me.
What did he lie to you about?
He said it was a golden dick, not an arm.
Well, man, you certainly haven't seen a penis in your day.
I'll tell you, on the day of the crime, Mia came to my shop. He waltzed up to me saying he got his hands on a superb work of art, rare as gold dust.
I think I know where this is going.
That work of art, could it be? I've got it right here.
That's a tiny ass arm.
I mean, Layton's not exactly a large person, to be fair.
I've got it right here.
Just like I thought.
That's...
Oh my. Professor!
What's
The professor's arm! I like how the bard and the fucking lady just fucked off immediately. They're like, I'm not standing near that. No, thank you.
It's gold, exquisitely crafted. It was entitled, Towards Tomorrow, or something like that. I'd never seen a piece of gold so fine before. And so, suspecting nothing, I paid that rascal a rather handsome sum.
Who would have thought?
And what am I hearing now? That it is a human arm, no less! You, sir, are a monster! You're as bad as a witch's familiar yourself!
I didn't know it was his arm, I swear. When I saw it, it was already like that. What do you mean? I was last to the scene and it caught me eye right away. The arm pointing up at the ceiling is such optimism and authority. I thought it looks like it's showing me the way to a better, brighter, richer tomorrow. To me, it was a work of art. Expression was none of that, and I fucking pawned it immediately. And then it found its way into your pocket and you pawned it.
You mounted it on a crude stand, gave it the tawdry title, and passed it off as some kind of a sculpture.
Don't try and look away from the truth now. Darn it, I can't look wherever... I can look wherever I darn well please. I'll look away from the facts and forward to the future. Always look on the bright side. That's a mere punch and bog's motto. You're gonna get the shit kicked out of you by this entire fucking courtroom. You fucking idiot. Why did you put it over there?
They just hot glued it on.
But they put him in the stand with Phoenix. weird. Oh, where were we now? Yes. The victim's arm has now been successfully reattached by one of our masterful craftsmen. Knights of the court, you may resume the Inquisition. At least one thing's clear now. This is extremely weird. As everyone can see, the victim definitely was not holding a knife.
Oh, dearie, dearie me. It seems I may have been mistaken after all.
Hey, ma'am, can I see your baton?
No.
Come on, I just want to see it.
I know what you plan to do, sinner.
What do I plan to do with it?
I'm a lady. I cannot say that out loud.
Just give me the stick.
No. Get your
Come
own
on.
stick. You can use that man's finger.
Finger? For what?
Can we carry on?
I just take the fucking mandolin out of Birdley's hands and fucking bash her in the side with it. You fucking lying piece of shit! Oh, God.
When you think about it, the victim had already been turned to gold when we entered the room.
According to the witnesses' testimonies, that was the case. Yes.
Well then, I am sure you'll concede that it was easy to mistake that glittering pointing finger for a knife.
Not even close.
Indeed, the victim's finger had a glint to it, resembling that of a sword's edge.
Boy, you were the one helping grade homework after school, weren't you?
How did you know?
Such a sense of power and intensity. It's enough to send a shiver down the spine of anyone being pointed at.
No puzzle is a match for the power of the professor's pointing finger.
I guess no one remembers. I'm known for pointing like that, too. No one's going to remember that.
I think your pointing finger makes, well, it's a subpar impression, Mr. Wright.
Thank you, Espella.
Welcome.
She's just taking pity on me.
Is that all you had to say, Sir Blue Knight?
Huh?
As I said before, whether the victim had a knife or not is completely irrelevant.
Yeah, what he said. Better apologize to me now. Badgering me for no reason like that. Is that all there is to it? Or could that arm hold some other clue?
We've come this far. Maybe there's something else you could ask about.
She's right. I need to ask some more questions. Well then, Mr. Amir. Perhaps you could tell me one more thing about that arm. When did you find it? You pawned it for, or where was it lying? Ooh.
Well, he said when. He said he came in afterwards.
Yeah, and
after the
I mean,
other
pawning
three.
it for XYZ, like, is
Doesn't
irrelevant.
matter.
So where was it lying?
Yeah.
You found the arm on the floor, pointing upwards, you said? Yeah, I did. Find his keep, as I say. I hate you. I hate you so goddamn much. It was pointing straight up the ceiling.
The arm somehow happened to fall down in such a way that it landed upright.
What are the odds of that? Actually, that reminds me of a puzzle. What do you mean that reminds you of a puzzle? Is this like the trying to get toast to land like butter side up instead of butter side down or something?
I never got that.
Yeah, apparently that's a thing I've seen on the internet before, and it's like, so shoes...
Yeah, like I've heard it, but I mean, bread? No,
It's
of course it lands butter side up sometimes.
I mean, yeah, because that's the what do you call it? the laws of probability and whatever, like, you know. But there was a meme going around on Vine a long time ago, which was, so supposedly shoes always land face up, butter face down, whatever. So they taped.
Oh, I
What?
think I know. Yeah, I think I've seen what you're...
Yeah, they taped the toast to the shoe and threw it both together, and they separated somehow midair, and the toast fell on butter side down, and the shoe landed right side up. It was so fucking weird.
Wait, I think the one that I saw was, because, you know, cats always land on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
So they attached the toast to a cat and it just floated.
No. That's amazing. Now, if you could just show us this on this floor plan here. I'd like to know the exact spot where you found the victim's arm. Sure, I remember that well. It was right there. He was how? What? You're full of shit. Because that's right in the dust. Yes. That's where you would expect it to have fallen. Why would you expect it to fall that way when he was pointing the other way? Uh-huh. Now, if that's where it was... something's definitely not right. Powers of physics, Phoenix.
If you keep looking at that sketch so intensely, you shall burn a hole in it. Or perhaps... you're going to claim there's a contradiction in it somewhere.
Arm is the final clue left by the professor. Even after turning to gold, he was pointing out something important. Namely, the key to solving this case. Well, Defender, do you see any problems in the location as marked on the sketch? Actually, there's a problem. Of course there's a problem!
And where would that be, precisely?
The professor's arm has armed me with some vital evidence. This location leads to a huge contradiction. From behind, that bard looks like a shoujo character, or like Bayonetta because of how his legs are positioned. It's so specific. In that case, why don't you enlighten us and show us this so-called contradiction? What contradiction does the victim's arm create? In the court record, shouldn't there be... There's no way to tell them that there's dust all over this fucking floor. Is there? Profiles. No. I'm just gonna hover over this and call it square, I guess. Or should I hover over Layton? Well, I think it's this one. Contradicting.
Got it.
Contradiction is right there. And this is the victim's arm. Yeah! Would a broken arm fall on its end and stand up neatly like that? It's even less likely than a coin landing on its edge. Layton, no. No, Layton, don't shame me.
Oh my god! I'd never seen that! That's amazing!
Defender. It's not as much a contradiction as merely an oddity.
An oddity reminiscent of yourself, foolish Blue Knight.
I'm sure if you knocked Mr. Layton's statue down 100 times, his arm would end up like that at least once.
Knowing the professor, I bet it would happen.
Okay, I get it. I missed my mistake. It's so annoying. That's so dumb.
You appear to be looking away from the facts, rather like a certain witness.
I'm gonna kill you. Take that back right now. I won't, whatever the fuck. I won't make any more mistakes. On the bright side, that's one possibility eliminated. All the more chance of getting it right next time. Beanie! Don't make fun of me. It's either you show Layton or you show the arm. I don't know what the fuck else to do.
No, you're not on the right track.
Damn it! What am I supposed to fucking... Google help!
Scepter.
Oh. Wait. Wait, why
Because
is it
Ymir isn't incorrect. Like, there's no reason why he would lie about that or be incorrect about that.
Well, I was thinking, it's not about, like, the correctness. It's about Layton falling, and he was pointed the other way. I would have thought that thing would have flung across the fucking room. You know? Not behind Layton. So, like, that feels weird and wrong.
The thing is that if he's pointing out, that means that's probably, like, the most... where a lot of the weight is gonna go once he starts falling.
Okay.
So if he's falling to the side, then it's pretty much... there's no... the point of context is what's gonna send... like, we saw the animation.
Yeah.
Like, he turned around because it turned in the direction where his arm is pointing, like, his right arm, and then it just flipped up.
Yeah, I missed the flipped up part, I guess. That's fucking crazy. Okay. I'm wrong. I am a dummy. The contradiction is right there! Not the hand, the Talela Magica. This is the witch's scepter. Let's go over the order of events as per witness's testimony. First, the witch cast a spell on the professor, turning him to gold. When all of you rushed to the crime scene, that golden statue fell down, making a loud noise. Next, the witch dropped the scepter.
What
don't
are
know
you
where we're
getting
going
at,
either.
Sir Blue Knight? All witnesses agree with this order of events.
That's right. They all agree that's how it happened. But then there's the arm.
Well, what about it? Spit it out.
Let's assume that Maya was the witch. Now look at the sketch again. Witch dropped the scepter after having turned the professor into gold. See, like, the thing I have a problem with is, like, sometimes the order in these games gets me, like, all confused, so that's why I was, like, on that before even thinking about the other.
Yeah, that does happen a lot.
The scepter tumbled along the floor. I thought we had to go through more pedantic shit to get to this point, is my problem.
Gotcha.
And was found here, as asserted by the prosecution. However, that would be impossible. There's no way it could have been there. Oh, I see it now. Do you?
The arm. It was
in the way of that toss. Got it. I'm glad you seem to have noticed. The victim's arm was on the floor right here, standing on its end. Therefore, the scepter couldn't possibly have fallen that way.
I do think this one is like definitely a stretch because she could have easily just thrown it over the hand.
Yeah, especially since they
yeah.
basically, the size differential on the arm was very wrong overall in this. So
Yeah.
Phoenix using the word ergo feels really bad. It does not feel right.
You got it from Edgeworth.
Oh, that makes more sense. Haha, gay. Ergo, it couldn't have been the defendant who dropped the scepter. In other words, Maya is not a witch.
And with that, we will go ahead and end the episode right here.
Oh, thank you guys for putting up with this. Bye-bye!
Hope to see you next time.